And welcome back to our second best of three of today's Summit 7 American Qualifier action. We are now into the playoffs. It's a four-team double elimination playoff, and our next matchup is going to be Team NP versus Digital Chaos. If you are just tuning in, I'm going to give you a spoiler alert. You just missed our previous series where it was Team Thunderbirds to pull out the I almost called it an upset, but I don't know. It could be pretty neck and neck. Some people might say Thunderbirds had the advantage, but whatever the case may be, Thunderbirds did take the win 2-0. Thunderbirds now moving on into the semifinals. They will await the winner of this series here. Back in action now. I'm Dakota. I'm going to be joined by Lacoste once again. Lacoste, what about this matchup, though? Team NP versus Digital Chaos. Who do you think most people are going to be looking at as the favorites of this one?
Reserve time.
Probably Team well, I'm saying from my perspective, I'm saying Team NP. I still think the team is kind of a more consistent, even though they switched players. From what I saw during these qualifiers, their team synergy seems good. They're taking objectives. They know what they're doing. DC swapped one player. They also swapped roles. Bulba is playing position 4. Forever is in. Jimmy is out. Forever playing on offlane. For those who didn't catch that, I'm impressed by Abed. I'm impressed by his play for quite some time. And this guy is like I don't know what to call him, but if he sticks to this play, he's gonna easily become one of the top players on mid lane. Definitely, he is right now, but there are players who are better than him. But he needs. I mean, it's not that he's not top laner. It's just this team needs more result for this to be acknowledged. Actually,
he's definitely like a little firecracker. Abed has some ridiculous star-studded performances under his belt, but you know, it's all about getting the wins, as mentioned. Consistency also key, and for both of these teams now, they have like a new formula and a bit of chemistry that they're still trying to iron out exactly. With that recent bring-in of course, Fata and Pylai Dai, it does change things up a bit. Yes, these guys do have experience playing together, even on a certain Cloud9 team in the past, but you know, with role change arounds and such, and a new meta before us, I mean, 7.0 has happened since then. The game just feels, you know, very different than what it was before. But MP are going to be doing what they do, and that is sticking with what they feel is comfortable for themselves and what works. And we've been seeing plenty of the NP Death Prophet already in this qualifier, and they're really the only team kind of pulling it out, huh?
Yeah, well, Envy seems like Envy did some testing and it was successful. It's a Death Prophet on a safe lane.
They love to usually get this with like their Crystal Maiden or their Treant Protector. The tree had already been banned out, and they decided to commit early for the Warlock instead. So are they going to pass entirely on getting any sort of defensive support option, you think, now? I mean, normally I feel like they get something to help out this Death Prophet a bit, but it looks like they might decide to pass on that this time.
5 seconds remaining.
Well, they have a Warlock. If they engage during those 5-on-5 fights, they have a Warlock to cancel the fight. It might be enough. Yule Scepter, Rock should be enough. I'm surprised that Lady in Blue wasn't picked.
Yeah, no Lady in Blue. But we could see the Beastmaster come out. Remember, MP have MSS, a very gifted Beastmaster player, and if they want to continue this push lineup, which is slowly coming together here for MP, they can really ramp it up with a pick like that. Plus, it doesn't hurt that they get all that extra map vision with the Hawks and an extra bit of BKB piercing lockdown. Just something to look out for MP. But in the meantime, MP removing a couple of the off-lane picks also. Batrider's got to go. Also the Darkseer. But firstly, getting rid of that Axe. Remember Forev's ridiculous Axe performance that we got to see? He played it both games, if I'm not mistaken. You know, probably earning the early respect ban.
Well, definitely. It was Axe that picks up a Blink Dagger, kills the top lane immediately. Goes to Fog, immediately TPs to a mid lane and gets far more kill, goes back top lane, kills top lane, ends up with level 11 at the 12-minute mark with Blink Dagger and Blade Mail. This feels like a good Ruby game. Warlock, Death Prophet, Exorcism, not so easy to steal. You need to get into the range before Blink. It's gonna be hard. Also, Death Prophet will need to commit using just casual Crypt Swarm.
It also may deter them from picking up something like the Enigma too. They love to give MSS that Enigma, but you might second guess it going into a Rubik, and it looks like unless this is going to be the 4-position roaming Aoi Slardar, this is going to be MSS's pick, I'd imagine.
Looks like position 4 Slardar to me.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
10 seconds remaining.
Offlane Slardar not that popular anymore. They might do
remaining.
like a dual lane Warlock Slardar. It's decent, but I mean Slardar on position 4 can even get the same timing on that Blink Dagger as offlane Slardar.
Still get a lot of that great utility. You have your stun. It takes them a little bit longer in hopes of building up into the Blink Dagger, but once it is online, you have that extra bit of initiation and lockdown, and of course can't forget the amp damage will help their team become quick at doing the Roche, which is something MP are always privy to knocking out right away in the game. Now we got to go back the way of Digital Chaos, though. It's time to formulate a couple of cores here. Not a lot of extra respect towards the Abed Meepo in this game. I'd be curious to see if it's something that could make an appearance in this series. But for now, Digital Chaos move their way into Lady Legion Commander for what looks like their Forev grab.
Legion Commander, good pickup. They have good setup with Nyx Legion Commander, easy to execute once Legion gets his Blink Dagger, hers Blink Dagger up. I don't know why I always think of Legion as a male. Slardar combined with Death Prophet, that's some serious physical damage. I can imagine they will still get like some hard right clicker, maybe even on mid, let's say something like Queen of Pain or right, or Ursa Warrior, even better.
Yeah, he's a right clicker, more so than even a Queen of Pain. He's got a man fight now.
Yeah, also Fatal Bonds with Exorcism. If he gets hands like on one hero who separates from the fight, just
10 seconds remaining.
Deals the full damage from Exorcism combined with Fatal Bonds. It's a lot of damage.
Now they show the Ursa now with 2 picks remaining. Digital Chaos can find a way to best respond to this. Is there any chance? We've seen MP usually take this Death Prophet to the safe lane in the Hands of Envy, and they'll give Fata the mid lane grab. Any chance that Digital Chaos could pick up something here that could force MP to possibly consider swapping that around and taking Fata to the Death Prophet on the mid lane, or do you think that's just totally out of the option for what MP want to do?
Well, Fata plays Death Prophet as well. With Ursa being picked up, they have like the upper hand. They can see who's mid, and then they can switch.
It's good to have that kind of flexibility for sure.
Yeah, if it's gonna be a range hero, it should be a Death Prophet mid.
DC thinking a bit here. Looks like they've already gone through some of the reserve time. There it is. I guess we don't have to wait too long at all. Meepo already going to be coming out for Digital Chaos. Abed considered one of the best, if not the best Meepo in the world. And MP are going to get tested already in game number 1. How do you think about the Meepo here and now? With what MP have to offer, is this going to be a coasting of a game for Meepo? Is there a lot of threats out there?
Well, it's actually a good game for Meepo. When you mentioned it, I was curious if they're going to go for it. It's good against Warlock, good against DP, also Slardar. I mean, Ursa is so-so against him, but Meepo good against Ursa. Looks really good for Meepo this game if he gets good farm on the start. So they, like right now, Ursa can do mid and Death Prophet can be on the safe lane.
Now this is super ballsy to say, but What if they then decided to put the Slardar to the off lane and still trying to creep in something like a
10
Winter
seconds
Wyvern?
remaining.
Is that necessary? Do you want to get a 5th pick that could totally counter the Meepo, or should MP just
5
move
seconds
forward
remaining.
with whatever game plan they have in mind?
DC's turn to
They
pick.
can, but then they have to commit to a lot of big cooldowns on their ults. DP, Warlock, Wyvern.
That's true. That's true. It's just like, you know, it's one of the best things you could ask for when you're going against a Meepo, and we'll have to
10
see if
seconds
MP just draft
remaining.
themselves into a bit of an awkward corner. You know, maybe
5 seconds.
not
remaining.
expecting DC to just casually throw out the Meepo in game number 1. You know, most would just flat out respect
Reserve
ban it, but,
time.
you know, MP is probably hoping that they can get away with just banning out the axe instead, getting himself something tasty and not having to worry about it right out of the
10
gate. But
seconds
no
remaining.
chill mode from DC, clearly, as they'll just go right for Meepo.
5
Curious to see
seconds
what they will
remaining.
round out their draft with, and it's going to be a Troll Warlord
team
too, so
pick.
you're going to be seeing a lot of high-flying attacks coming out from both the Meepo and the Troll. Legion Commander 2, physical damage is ridiculous coming out of DC.
Well, they still might actually consider that Winter Wyvern, but but it was a risky pick. Right now they have what is that, Lena?
That's a Lena mid, I guess. So
Off
this is like
lane.
a jungling Ursa? No, offlane Ursa. MSS actually hops onto it right now. Always on the Slardar for the 4 position. This is leaving as a Fata mid lane Lena. Offlane Ursa. Are they going to dual lane this up? Are they going to leave Mojo to fend for himself? This is definitely a change up, and probably something MP were not intending on doing, but it's Envy as a captain after all. Maybe I shouldn't throw that out the window entirely.
Never doubt
Never
Sama.
doubt the man. This is going to be a interesting one, though. Based on the draft before us, what do you think, Lacoste? Game number 1, if you had to give a
10
drafting
seconds
advantage to,
remaining.
who do you think it would be?
Well, I've
5
bet few
seconds
times
remaining.
against Abed's Meepo. Every time I went against it, they actually won. So I'll go with Digital Chaos. That's the first thing. But I also like the Troll pickup with Meepo. As you mentioned, a lot of physical damage. If Team MP pops ults like Rock and the DP ulti, and DC manages not to die, they can take 1, 2, maybe even 3 towers after that.
Yeah. Both these teams have some pretty good lineups that if they take a good fight, objective follow-ups, they're not going to be a whole lot of trouble for them either, where it's taking the Roche or just pushing their structures with follow-up, you know, golems and exorcisms, while one other team has, of course, the Meepo and the Troll to be able to burst fire. So this one's going to be a doozy and come down to a lot of the early game on who's going to be bulking up that much faster. I mean, if there's a team that could peak sooner, who would you give that advantage to?
Well, definitely DC.
Prepare for battle.
This is again support Nyx. Misery did extremely well the last game, but it was because there was Invoker involved. I don't expect Nyx Assassin to do these kinds of things this game.
They narrowly miss each other. It looks like they're playing down some wards. They'll take a ward for each side. But the peaking potentially of DC is pretty good as long as they can get themselves through a decent laning phase. They have the lineup to come online a bit faster.
What is that? Let me just check. It's just Ursa with the poor man's shield and tangos. I want to see if he's gonna get any assist from either Warlock or Slardar.
Can either of them really offer a lot to assist?
Well, then
I'm curious because, you know, he's going to be dealing with, what do we got here? We have the Bulba, Nyx Assassin to poke and prod a bit, and then the Rubik too, but Dubu at the moment had been hanging towards the top lane, it would appear. But we'll see if he decides to go cross-country all the way to joining the side of the bottom lane or not. This should be an interesting one right out of the gate.
I really wonder what's that Ursa gonna do. I mean, he has a poor man's shield. He knows it's a support Nyx Assassin. He can't provide much lane harassment. Neither does Rubik. I mean, it's a
The
Rubik
battle
with two
begins.
tangos. If they try to go on him with just Earth Shock, he can just dodge the gank. You can't really kill that Ursa. So actually, Ursa should be good at the bottom lane. Like, you get some decent XP and a little bit of farm.
Got to be careful of the lockdown they can breed. A telekinesis into an impale coming out from the Nyx assassin, while continuing to get peppered up a bit by Mason's Troll Warlord. Could be a little bit of trouble, but it does look like Pie's rotating all the way over, and they're going to be starting it out at least as a dual lane, or at least until Mojo can get comfortable on his feet. You already see Forev getting his own welcoming to the off lane, as he'll eat an early crush from Aoi and a few elbows to the back of the head, while bottom lane, there goes a nice two-man stun coming out from Bulba, as they both try to assert their dominance in this laning phase. And the fight begins over the creep wave. MSS is trying to go as close as possible, going to make that poor man's shield really work for its efforts, and Pie is going to continue to dish out the heals.
Yeah, Warlock actually joined him on bottom, so he can be as aggressive as he can. I mean, Troll as a carry hero early on can't provide much harassment and doesn't deal that much of a damage. As I said, the support duo from DC is not that good. Also on the top lane, Vision Commander will have decent time. It's a support Slardar. Not that good harassment. Oh, mid lane.
Oh, gets the Earthbind in. A poof is there, but the follow-up might not be. Unless they poof on close. Oh, he goes for it. He needed another right-click, though. He's going to be able to get it. No, the move speed is equal. So he's able to just barely scoot away from the trouble. Abed's going to get peppered for it, though, and going to be forced to poof back to the bottom lane side and shrine early. But very close one there from Abed. Very
really
close.
Pushing the limits of that hero.
Yeah. Good way to kind of split things apart and be able to get that second Meepo to a safe distance. MSS still happy to hold himself within the lane here. Level 2s are starting to come online, though, for these side supports, so we'll have to see if they're going to feel any more rambunctious about trying to take a pick or not. Well,
there's a Boots and Ursa.
Look what I dug up!
He's got to be careful here as he's rushing pretty deep onto Dubu. Bulba continuously pump faking here against Mojo. Wants to be sure he actually lands the shot. Turnaround Carapace and the stun will be there. And all the meanwhile, Pi is using that early upheaval to make things a bit trickier for DC.
There's an interesting build on Pi. I saw one game, I think we were casting it together, can't remember which one, where I think it was some Chinese teams that actually maxed upheaval on level 6. It was against Sniper, I know. Do you remember it?
I don't know.
But he won the fight alone with level 3 upheaval on level 6.
Jeez. That's actually quite ridiculous. I wonder if Pie's going to follow suit this game or not. For now, the only sport in that level 2 here. Looks like Abed is now more comfortable stepping away from the lane as he farms the camps on the side. While up and above, look at this. Forev trading shots with Aoi a bit. Of course, has the shrine next to him to shrug off the trouble. While back and below, it looks like MSS is feeling a bit frisky again. Looking at openings maybe behind the tower here. This is not going bad at all for the Ursa lane, it would appear. 8-1 for him. This is not too shabby.
Radiant's bottom tower
But
is
the
under
Troll
attack.
is winning the CS game, no surprise. He's had the support to kind of fend off, but MSS is getting the levels.
Yeah, MSS with 9 CS, not that much, but he's handling those supports really good.
Even now, if he gets the sense that the supports are not around, could really take it to the Troll, but as he's getting a bit anxious here, that's when Dubu could show himself. Moving in with the early Fade Bolt, there's the lift pullback right to Bulba's arms, where he will land the stun. MSS felt for a moment when he got those first few punches in that maybe nobody was around, but when he went to go in for more, that's when he gets punished.
This was Yo Mama's Deep, actually, from Ursa. Can't really be that aggressive. I mean, it's Ursa offlane. Supports are missing. He actually had a scan, can use it there. But that's a wizard. He doesn't miss a stun. Oh, he's gonna have those early mana boots.
Oh yeah. Very nice here for the Knicks. And he's already taken his business towards the mid lane, it would appear. At least plants down the ward for now. I saw the ping go out. They might have seen him drop it. But from behind the tower here is going to step away as the right idea. Owie was actually hanging around here, it looks like, trying to find openings on his Slardar as he starts making it roam around a bit. And I don't know what that says. Is it saying that MP kind of want to put pressure on Abed? Is he kind of running away with the laning? He's 39 CS to Fata's 32. And about to be level 7.
7 against 5. Well,
yeah.
He's just keeping those power threads on strength so he doesn't die from combos. Slardar trying to get hands on him. I mean, it's time to move when Lina gets level 6, and it's right now. But Slardar is being pinged out.
Yep. He's still super deep here. Abed is now going to be going for the camp. Now he pings it. He could swoop in and go for the crush, but I don't think he alone is going to be able to do anything about it. For now, we'll just sap up the XP. Bottom lane, though, being shoved out of the lane is going to be MSS. Him and Pi, a caught bit far from home. They decided to put their focus onto MSS, but he just quickly looks to go for the run. Bulba not quite catching the stun there, and Pi makes it out. So they were kind of a bit indecisive about what they wanted to kind of do in that moment. The commitment for the MSS kill allows them to get nothing. Do you think that was the right thing to do in that situation? Would a commitment on the Pi been just the better one to take?
Well, they couldn't get the hands on Pi. He was standing a bit further, no boots, but they couldn't get next to him. Envy is on the run, smoked with face boots. They want to kill that Meepo, but Radiant use scan.
Oh, he walks right between the two of them, and the crush is there. He's looking to go for the poof, and he is suddenly gone. And now the exorcism's already out, so Envy says, let's push the tier 1 mid lane and make something out of it. They're not going to be able to get their pick, but it looks like they will be able to get some pocket change with this objective takedown. Some small rotations are in the area. It's Dubu and Bulba. And there's Owie once again from the trees. And a Laguna. Fata deletes and takes out Dubu. A follow-up for Bulba is not going to be there, but hey, it's a tower, it's a pick-off, and it's the first rotation of Envy coming into the game.
Yeah, exactly. Good turnaround. Lina had a good rune. Sadly, they couldn't get a kill on that Meepo. Maybe if they had one level of silence on that Prophet, but still, that tier 1 tower means a lot.
Money to burn. This will do nicely. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And Owie, after being very persistent and anxious on trying to get those setups in the mid lane, will step back towards the mid lane of kind of farm him up. He's only level 3 at 8 minutes in, so I think it's about that time for them to get that little bit of extra loving going, some XP, and he's hoping on building forward towards a Blink Dagger. He's got to start farming at some point.
Yeah, but so is Dubu. Dubu is also level 3.
Yeah.
There is duel, so Pi needs to be careful. They're gonna try to eat the forest and go cut. Oh.
If he just was like 2 steps closer, he would have been dual damage. But looks like he is playing this one super, super safe, and will hide himself away back behind the tower. But more reinforcements are coming here. Mason's now shown up. DC are here for a tower, but MSS also is coming to play. It's going to be bad for MP. If they're coaxed into what they think is an even fight, they could be in for a serious rude awakening if rotations don't start coming. Pi is not level 6 yet.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, but DC's support duo are level 3 and 4. They don't do that much.
And they lead in with some poking onto Pi, but not able to get close enough for any sort of follow-up. More just kind of space creating so that Forev and Mason can kind of go to work on the tier 1, it would appear. While that's happening here, Owie is still stalking things with Envy, looking to go for Abed, but it looks like they're going to start rotating now up towards the top lane. Fata's also here, and MSS was able to get a quick jump onto Dubu and get the finish, the first casualty of this trade. MP will get DC out of the northern part of this map. Meanwhile, though, looks like Abed was able to sneak down that mid-tier 1 tower. He's now sporting the 3 Meepo squad, and he's getting close to level 11. Highest CS in the game, and as we switch over to the net worth, he's sporting that too.
Yeah, Abed has 3 Meepos right now. Sadly for NP, Lina had that Arcane Rune and could actually just continue to push bottom, TP top instead. Couldn't find any opening for a stun. What does Meepo have? He's 1k gold away from that Blink Dagger. I just want to see how much damage he deals once he gets that Blink Dagger up, combined with Troll ulti.
Oh yeah. Can't forget the Troll ulti. Between that and even any jump in duel plays, Forev is grinding his way towards that Blink Dagger. He's got about 1,500 gold right now, but even imagine that, the global potential of even just him getting the Blink in duel setups with the Troll ulti is going to be very nice for DC. Here they are.
I don't expect much action going on in the next like 5 minutes. People are really close from Blink Daggers besides Meepo. Envy went for a Midas build. Slardar is level 4. Warlock is gonna get level 6 once he uses that tome. It's gonna be a really slow game until Meepo gets Blink.
The economy game working slightly in the favor of DC on this one, though. That's just kind of the bit of the Meepo factor there. While MP could start pushing things up a bit as far as taking towers. It looks like they're going to be doing so here in the bottom lane. MP has the Exorcism good to go. I imagine he could decide to pop it here, and he will. Time to take a tier 1. If they can get a Dubu kill on top of it, that would be pretty sweet for him. He looks to go for the TP, but no way going to be making it out. He gets quickly dealt with the Crypt Swarm, and now MP will pocket the extra bit of change with the +1 tower. Ooh, top lane, I hear Laguna go off. I actually didn't even realize that Forev was stuck under the power right there. He gets caught out, and he is dealt with.
Meepo has a Blink ready. There's going to be some action on top. Rock is ready as well. Do they have sentries for that Nyx? No.
Probably pump fake in here a bit, but no one on the other side at the moment. DC were there, but DC don't like that. They know Rock is up, and there's no team fight opportunity for them there, so they'll go back to farming. I bet here in the bottom lane with the Blink Dagger now done. Next up seems to be the Sheep Stick here for him. You know, I obviously not a Meepo player at all. Can't play this Meepo hero at all. But has seen the build change quite a bit just by observing. It used to be all about just getting multiple Dragon Lances, and well, he's going to get a kill too on Envy. Spots him out, hits him with the Earthbind, and just easily poofs him apart. I guess just Envy at the wrong place at the wrong time there.
Yeah, you were talking about Meepo builds. I'm also not a Meepo player. Didn't play it since Dota 1.
Geomancer.
Yeah, Geomancer. I don't think I have any games on Meepo. Maybe if I randomed and then decided to re-random and got him then, and no one wanted to swap. Yeah, usually people went for like 2 or even 3 Dragon Lances, but that was before. I mean, Dragon Lance was nerfed every single patch, so it's not worth it anymore. It's better to go for Blink second item than
looks
Hex.
like DC in a smoke move play with Bulba out in the front. Bulba couldn't quite catch the stun there either. Now has to pop his Carapace, and they're going to easily take him down. The immediate hair drop reaction coming out from MP, TPing to that Shrine for the counterplay. And what was looking like a potential gank attempt on the MSS gets quickly thwarted.
Yeah. Envy's build, he's really vulnerable right now with that medallion.
Alright.
Dubu, level 4, 14 minutes in, skipping the creep wave. I was talking about build on Death Prophet. Maybe he should consider getting just a vitality booster, just to boost his HP as much as he can, and try not to die to a Meepo.
Yeah, try not to get caught out by a Meepo alone. That would definitely be some good advice to heed. But I would agree with you. When they know that in priority order of some of these fights, Death Prophet's going to be high on that list, and if she's going to get hit hard with a lot of heavy burst, Between something like the poofing Meepo or getting caught in a duel, she better hope that she has all the health points she could squeeze out to survive. Now it looks like MP are going to be dishing out a scan. They have spotted that DC are across the river up at their ancient camp. MP, though, are thirsty for Roche action, and they're going to be throwing MSS into the pit now. Rev on the outside. Pops it down with the overwhelming odds. Exorcism going to be committed. Can MP take it? They have a rock waiting just in case from Pi. Is he going to drop it on top of the head? No. It looks like they will be able to get the finish. They found a stun onto Bulba, and they'll hit him with a Laguna. Bulba goes down. MP take the Roche. They take the extra life, and it looks like DC did not want any part of that. They'll be happy to just kind of trade the farm instead in the meantime.
Yeah, well, Ursa was hitting Roche and really hard to fight into that from DC's point of view. Slaughter had his Blink Dagger up, the Rock was ready. That's just a tight space, not much space to fight into, so.
Mason, feeling like he's not able to kind of match up in the farm. Is that him not finding farm, not able to kind of get... Oh, hold on, duel. Well, it feels like the first one really in this mid lane. Trying to go for Fata, but ends up getting hit with the rock instead. Means the duel's not going to be going so well. He tries to go on the retreat, but he does end up going down. They will also turn it around with the power of the Meepo coming in, get the burst through of the first life, but Envy's holding his own, go for the Soul Siphon and gets the finish onto Ahmed. Aoi secures a double kill, wiping out Dubu, and this fight belongs to NP.
Yeah, Ursa had that Aegis, really hard to fight against that Rock. Also, we saw that DP really does well against that Meepo. She just tanks up, uses Siphon, can't get hit from Solar Crest. Also, Slardar helping out a lot. Meepo needs to be careful.
Troll not really able to participate in that fight, and it didn't look like he even used his battle trance. Maybe it wasn't up at the time, but pretty unfortunate there. DC didn't get to catch the very start of that fight, but with a lead in from Forev trying to take a duel, probably another situation where they were anticipating kind of an easy pick, but MP were very quick to be able to respond and make a good counterplay. Patience from Pi, of course, with the Rock certainly helps out.
Yeah, this really feels like a hard game for Legion Commander. Nyx Assassin hit 6 pretty late, and they can't find any openings with that Blink Dagger. Still 0 damage.
Yeah, MP not really putting themselves into any sort of a poor positioning at all. Envy seems to always have a posse nearby. Pi's always hanging very deep, and Fata's never been putting himself in any sort of overcommitted positioning either. So, you know, credit to MP, not putting themselves in any precarious situations at all. And again, just playing around those cooldowns. Everything up and ready now. They just need some mana, and it looks like they are going to smoke up and go back on the fight. Heading north, drawing out the game plan now. DC's up here at the moment, but it looks like they may be heading out through the back door.
Yeah, the question is, can they find anyone? DC is standing on the high ground, Dubu just trying to pop the smoke.
But MP decided to cross the river. Aoi leading out the charge in sprint, goes all the way up through the ancient camp, just needs to head a bit further north, but DC are waiting in a good position on the high ground here.
Dire's top tower
and
is
MP
under attack.
Already on the back end of their smoke. It looks like they will show themselves. Envy has Exorcism, not committing it for the tier 2 push at the moment. Waiting before they decide to make that call.
Dire's top tower
I mean, they already see DC potentially pushing through this top lane.
Tower is under attack.
And it does look like they're going to just TP back.
They will find Alina or not. Never mind.
They're going to get the Rubik. Nice. Far jump there from Aoi to set up the kill. Hard game for Dubu. He's very, very paper thin in this game.
Yeah, I was talking about the build on Envy, about tanking up. This is the exact thing that Fata is doing. He went for Yule Scepter, so he can Yule himself if Meepo tries to go on him, and just buys that Vitality booster to get as much HP as he can.
Are you still feeling that Envy may be a bit weak as far as HP, or do you think that having the Solar Crest and soon to have the Yules is good enough defensively for him?
Oh, should be fine. He could have gotten that vitality booster just for some extra HP, which he will turn into. I always forget that item's name. It was Octarine Core.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Regeneration.
And for the other side, what about Mason? A very quiet game for your troll. 0-0-3. I don't know. It's like you have a Meepo on the team who pretty much takes all the farm on the map, so you can't make him your insurance policy to be also a late game farmer. Like, what should he be trying to do when you're in this kind of situation?
Well, he still has the same amount of farm as usually Troll is sitting on more net worth, but as you said, it's a Meepo. He farms forest and lane so fast, so there's not much space for your other carry.
Now trying to siege away towards that top tier 2. Glyph comes out already from NP. They show Envy, but there is a bunch of NP members there waiting back and behind, including Owie, who's happy to jump the hurdle and start the party. But before a party can even be had, it looks like DC are already going to be heading out the other direction. Not comfortable for the fight just yet, but you know, more time will go on. Sad Forev will continue to work his way through the game without any additional damage. But they'll get more time granted on their Meepo to continue to farm up. Is there a point when the Meepo will just hit like a critical mass and be super threatening to MP? Is that what they're trying to bank on?
Well, that's the only thing they can rely on right now, because they can't find an opening with dual Nyx Assassin, also kind of not doing anything at the moment. Same goes for Rubik. There are no fights, so they can rely on getting that Hex, which is right now, and they will try to get a pick off. Also, Legion Commander went for 4 Moment of Courage. One thing that he could have even considered is...
No. They spotted Bulba under their high ground sentry, and he's going to get punished. Same moment, though, they're committing with the duel in the top lane, and they're going to get that one. So, a tit for a tat, if you will, as they will trade Owie for Bulba.
Yeah, I was talking about the Moment of Courage build. Maybe a more safe play, because there's not much action. Could be max press of the attack, especially with that Meepo and Troll, just to have that extra attack speed, extra heal.
Mason gets Yulesed up. Dubu needs to step in and try to help out, and he's going to get the Purge and run quickly away. But MSS just jumps in and takes out the Grand Magus. And the rest of DC are going to have to quickly retreat. With Envy's Exorcism out, they are not looking to take a fight at the moment. And MP are going to frantically probably look to push this top lane and maybe see if they can use it on the tier 1. Bit feisty right there from MP. They were just ready to go for a fight.
Yeah, they were ready. They saw the movement. They actually have one? Okay, another ward is gonna run out. They have the same ward at the same spot. A troll will need a BKB to be able to fight into that. 2 Yule Scepters, Slaughter Stun, Ursa Slow.
Yeah.
Hard.
There's just
really hard to fight
so much
against
CC
that.
on the side of MP that poor little troll will get kited about unless granted that bit of magic immunity here. And we'll see it in play now. Blink and Crush is there. They're going to hit him up with the amp damage. He looks to turn around and fight though, but that's when MSS follows it up. And the Rock is also going to be there. Bulba gets a pretty good stun to stop MSS in his tracks. While Abed's able to sweep in to go for the finish on Owie. Now he looks to turn around and go on MSS, and he'll get that one too. Dubu moves in. Pops things off with a Fade Bolt, and Fata could be under pressure. Earthbinds all over the place. As he's able to grab onto 2, they'll sweep in and execute out Fata and make it a tier 1 follow-up.
Again, Meepo with some clutch plays, good Hex, just controlling that fight. Even though Rock was committed, they didn't do much. There was no Exorcism, so it's what I was saying during the picks. When Exorcism is down, and imagine if Rock is down, it's really hard for MP to fight. Roche is up. Oh, this could be a big for Meepo if he gets it.
Yeah, Dubu spots it now. They frantically look to ping it out, but look at MP. They're already heading that direction. Owie sets things up preemptively with the sentry, but obviously they are going to be super privy to this. So we'll have to see how comfortable MP are about taking it. But I like this game plan they've drawn out, apparently from Bulba here. They might decide to smoke up and do the old wraparound to catch out MP from their shrine high ground here. We'll see if that's going to be the case or not. But MP for now just super at attendance and maybe thinking about moving in themselves to try to take the Roche. Mojo gets things started, but the pings are already coming out from DC. Are they going to be able to move in and get something done from it? Pi, he doesn't have a rock. So that defensive play is not going to be there for him. But Envy does have the Exorcism available now, and they go right for a duel onto Envy. The quick counter stun is going to be there, but the Roche is still in trouble. But Abed looks to make his move in. He goes for the poof. Radiant's going to be able to take it, but it was snagged up from MSS. He loses the Aegis just as fast, though, and they're going to be waiting there for the second life. Meanwhile, they are going to be losing Mason, getting up in arms with Fata. He eats the Laguna and will get dropped. While on the other front, look at MSS. He's tag teaming it out as he gets battered between three. And it looks like they'll finally be able to get the finish. Dubu helps it out with the stolen LSA. The stun is there, and this fight will belong to DC. They don't get the Aegis, but they will take the kill on the Roche and take the better end of the fight.
Yeah, there was 2 illusions from me, which they tried to focus. DP didn't want to commit ulti. And there was no rock, so I don't think from the MP side of the view, they shouldn't have tried to fight there. Okay, they got an Aegis. It's good that Meepo didn't have it because he can just snowball from there.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
But we're looking at a game where Meepo is snowballing regardless. And even without the benefit of the extra life, they continue to move on forward for what they know they need to get done. Top tier 2 dropped and eyes on the mid lane already. Can DC just opt to now start playing this one a bit slower and pumping the brakes, or do you think it's in their best interest to just continue moving forward while they have this kind of advantage and not looking to slow down too much?
They still need a BKB on Troll. Troll decided to go for Shadow Blade, got bursted down in previous fight from Laguna and Slardar. Okay, Meepo,
swing and a miss
he's
on that
got a lot of
stun.
reactions.
Yeah, Aoi was very close to catching that stun, but he does misfire, and it allows Abed to make it away. But they are hunting for that Meepo. And, you know, that's part of the game. Part of the Meepo and Alchemist kind of a game. He's so far ahead of net worth that if they can manage to just get a hold of him and take him down, they will earn quite an extra bit of a net worth swing. But, you know, getting a hold of him now just becomes more difficult than ever. They will supplement things a little bit by at least securing that tier 1 finally in the top lane.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower
the MP is wasting a lot of time. Warlock being level 10. Also Slardar having that blink dagger at 30 minutes. It's not so good. They're moving together as 5 because their lineup is 5-man oriented. They can't really gank. And if they continue to do so, they will end up being out-farmed.
Yeah, unfortunate. It looks like for MP, they have definitely started to slow down a bit and are kind of stuck working together. And I don't know what the next move for them is going to be. Finding the way to be able to hurdle past and go for tier 2 pressure seems like a bit grim unless they can lead things off with a good fight and pick off Fata.
Oh, Fata.
He's going super deep. Oh, he's... Okay, what? He is just running right into DC as they try to go for some frantic TPs back. He'll finally be able to at least spot one. Of all the people he does manage to get a hold of, it's Bulba.
Yeah, I'm not surprised it's Bulba, but I'm surprised Fata is playing that aggressive.
They just saw Alina coming at them, and they figured the whole team was probably right there behind her, and they didn't even want to chance it. They probably could have turned and killed her right away, but you just don't know, you know? So they just got out pronto, not looking to get caught from MP. They will instead pressure the top lane and allow Abed to continue to swell up even further than ever. And he's got that E-Blade now, the whole kit and caboodle getting closer to complete.
Yeah, he's complete, level 25.
2,300 life now with the level 25 talent coming into play. He is going to be one tough cookie to crack. Mason, though, needs a bit more time before the BKB and when they feel like they can probably win any fight. So he will be delegated to what looks like the bottom half of the map to continue to farm up from there. Forev will just kind of walk around in the meantime. Has also slated himself a BKB, but he's like 3rd in tier as far as farm priority. So he'll have to wait a bit.
Yeah, there's not much action going on in this game. 24 kills for 30 minutes. That's less than a kill per minute. Also, Legion Commander 14 damage. Just kind of a slow game. MP trying to get some more items before they try to force a 5 versus 5 fight.
Yeah, they're trying to scrap together anything they can. Oh, nice move from Owie. Anticipates the approach of Bulba, hits him up with the dust. Bulba tries to go for a TP, but he's going to have to be forced to Carapace.
40 gold away from Dagger.
Ah, it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. Bulba, unfortunately, has been the pick-off sacrifice for this team pretty much this whole game. Space creator is what you can call it, I guess.
The word, yeah.
Bottom lane, I hear the roar out. It's Abed getting the swarm onto Envy and being able to take him down. And MSS doesn't like it at all. Tries to move in and scratch at Abed, but he simply poofs away. A good solid pick to lead things off onto Envy. Takes him out of this game for about a minute. Does have a buyback, but TC aren't really pushing things forward at the moment.
When is the next Roche, though? It's not up yet. Well, Bulba, when he gets his Blink Dagger up, he'll just continue to provide vision for his team. I mean, it's not a big deal when he dies like that. He has a Midas. There's no fights going on, so just letting know where they are until Troll gets his Blink BKB up, and it's up. So Meepo seems like he wants to go for Aghanim Scepter. I think last time I saw Abed playing, he also went for it during the Kiev Major qualifiers. It's also because of that Dragonlance. Alright, it's actually not. He decided to go for one more EB.
Alright, another E-Blade. Even more agility, more armor, more right click. All the extra stat padding Meepo could ask for. Mason looking to go in pretty deep. He's actually under a Sentry Ward, but Forev leaps the hurdle, looking to go in for MSS. Finds himself getting tousled up by Envy. Tries to go for the Soul Summon, but it gets quickly handled. Bulba eviscerated as he's going to be taken out from the Laguna Blade, but this is when Abed makes his move in. Fanta falls from the Yules above, but he'll be quickly dealt with thereafter. Mason steps back into play, and they're going to get the swarm finish onto MSS. Owie buys back, tries to TP in, but it's going to be coming too late. Another buyback going to be forced out. This one from MV2. I guess anticipating that they're going to have to use it regardless. They'll start the cooldown now. That is a great fight for DC.
MP was ready for that Blink initiation from Legion Commander. Ursa quick on that Enrage, but still they couldn't do anything. After Meepo went in, he was just controlling that Warlock and also just right-clicking Lina and DP. They really can't do much at this point.
Confidence now going to be certainly built up pretty high here for DC. A matter of just simply waiting out for the new Roche timer. Oh, look at that. 30 seconds is all.
Middle tower is under attack.
And then DC could have the opportunity to grab up the extra life and maybe look to stamp down a Game 1 victory. MP now, unfortunately, chewing through a couple of buybacks on top of that recent trade. Sets him down quite a bit. And now they smoke. Looks like they're not going to hang around to see if that Roche comes up, which is a shame because it's up in 4 seconds. Bulba peeking, buddy. Yeah. Oh. No, they smoke and they move in. It looks like they will just kind of scout things out a bit and take their business entirely back to the mid lane. They'll move in now. Come on, I bet just walk in that pit. They seriously didn't walk in yet? All right. They'll push it back through the mid lane instead. What is best case scenario here for MP? Are they? Is it in their best interest to try to take a ballsy fight outside the base here? Oh no.
Well, they could try to wrap around.
They just took out an illusion, unfortunately, and it did cost the Laguna. Laguna is a pretty small cooldown, but fortunately not the target they were hoping to get. They'll smoke up now and go back on a new approach and probably beeline it back towards the pit because there he is.
I think they can't even make it. If Troll uses ult, it's gonna die. So
he doesn't even need to. Look how fast this thing goes down. He pops the ult and it's over. MP, do they go in or do they pull off?
They need to go back.
I don't know. Look at this. They're hoping for a catch. Oh, they can't even get Bulba. Quick reaction from him, and he will blink out. And now it's Mason moving back in, and they're hoping to quickly get the catch there. They look to take the jump. Abed moves so fast. Now they will be able to drop the rock. Look at the damage that's going to be there, but it's only going to cost him the Aegis now. Turn around from Font to get the Laguna onto Duba, but Abed's back now with his second life and quickly dishes out the Hex onto Owie. They'll be able to take him out. 2 going to be dropped from MP at this moment. MV forced all the way back and dealing with the Ogres for now, it would appear, but everyone else is in a lot of trouble. As you can see, Pi going to get handled between the two, and it's going to be DC to push the base.
Yeah, still Aegis on, okay, he lost the Aegis. Is there a cheese left? Yeah, there's cheese on Troll. I mean, Rock is on cooldown, DP ulti on cooldown. This game is probably gonna end in the next 2 minutes.
Now the glyph complete. The Raxes are going to be exposed and quickly shattered apart. DC do not hesitate one bit to make the rotation to the top lane and looking to go for the jugular. MP, do they have one final hurrah? Or are they going to be throwing in the towel? We'll have to see. It looks like a game 1 advantage is going to be heading the way of DC early in this one, as the next Rax is to fall here. And as mentioned, with no more big ultis, there's just not going to be nearly enough firepower for MP to get something out of it. The 2 that are dead are returning now, but it looks like DC timed this one out nicely. They get their extra set of racks, and they get the hell out.
Envy is getting caught.
No, Envy! They TP in to look to go for a behind-the-back shrine play, but he gets quickly hit with a duel, and that will do it. They tap out, and game 1 is going to be going to DC.
My fever breaks.
Wow, again, I mentioned it during the big phase, Abed's Meepo, you said it, the best Meepo player in the world. I don't know if MP, if it slipped away from them about Meepo, or they thought they had enough to deal with it. But at one point it seemed like they can fight even when one ulti is on cooldown, either Rock or DP. They can't find an opening. These heroes are just too tanky. All they could find is Bulba, and that's it.
Yeah, things got out of hand just a bit too fast for DC, and in particular for Abed's Meepo. Whether the case be that MP felt comfortable enough to not respect the ban and try to welcome it head on, or maybe just forgetting it, I would imagine that going into game 2, they will remember the Meepo. So we'll have to see. Yeah, they're going to be preparing a bit differently as we cut to a small break, gang. We will be back for game number 2 action and for more Summit 7 American Qualifier action. I'm Dakota, and that's